It has been 2 very long years of asking Riot to get League of Legends out of Los Angeles, and finally, we are getting it back on the road somewhere else. We got the LTA North Summer Finals location. Well, they're calling it the Split 3 Finals. It's Summer Finals for us here, obviously. We are going to Dallas, Texas. Now, full disclosure, I knew about this about 3 weeks ago, give or take, and have been teasing it for quite some period of time now. Or, well, not really teasing the location, more just like provoking Riot to be like, hey, when you gonna say something? And finally, last week, you're seeing this video on Tuesday at, I believe, 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock-ish. I forget what time exactly. You're seeing this video the moment the news went live, whereas I'm obviously recording this preemptively and get to talk about it a little bit more. But yeah, Dallas, Texas, which, why Dallas in particular? Well, if you think about it, it actually kind of makes sense in terms of the rotation of cities that we've had. The last time that we went to Texas for a League of Legends event, notably, was that moment. The 2022 Evil Geniuses Danny Pentakill, probably the LCS highlight of all highlights, like the moment. Houston, Texas, that NRG stadium, they cut off like 1/4 of it for the event and used the other part of the stadium for like the fan fest and everything else there. But since that time, so the 3 years that we've been to Texas till now, we went to Charlotte, North Carolina, we went to Chicago, Illinois, we went to Newark, New Jersey, which basically still counts as New York because you're within proxy at least. Like, I can quite literally see the Prudential Center over in like the horizon over there, and you can see New York here. So yeah, it's within spitting distance, that it's fine. MSI is going to Vancouver, Canada, so at least Canada is partially covered. Sorry, Toronto, and sorry, like the eastern part of Canada, you're SOL, you're screwed. Nothing you can do on that front. And honestly, I don't know when you're going to get another event, because I don't think they're going to go to Worlds given the current like visa and immigration status here in North America. Worlds is going to probably be entirely in America. I see no world where we're crossing countries, barring maybe like Mexico to the US, but even then, like, things are testy right now with that relationship. So I'm guessing it's all going to be in the US. So sorry, Toronto, you're screwed. But Texas is back, and Dallas is the 9th biggest city in the United States. So yeah, it actually makes sense that they would go there. But there's also another reason, in case you did not know. The playoff format this year is going to be a little bit different given that we're in a brand new system. This is the League of the Americas playoffs. This is not just the LTA North nor just the LTA South. It is combined. Now, what does that mean? It means that one of the teams from the South is guaranteed to be at this event by the nature of the bracket, because the 2 1 seeds will be playing each other, and then the loser of that will automatically go into like the losers finals match. Both of those teams will be going to Worlds no matter what, but it means that at least one Southern team will be at this event. And you know what state is probably closest to Brazil if they were going to fly there, other than probably Florida itself? Yeah, Texas. So honestly, like, I get for a multitude of reasons why they would want to put the LTA combined finals in Dallas, Texas. That makes sense. But where are we going? What arena are we doing? Because don't forget, the LCS used to sell out places like Madison Square Garden. Even the last time we were in Texas, it was that NRG Stadium, which is like the Houston Texans football arena. But notably, if you go back to like the video and like you look at all the clips, it very much was like a portion of that stadium. At most, I'm guessing probably 10,000 capacity with the seats that were available to them. Well, we are going, let me look this up before I forget again. The Credit Union of Texas Event Center. From the outside, looks pretty nice. Kind of looks like a convention center a little bit. On the inside, well, would you look at that? Like one section of seating, circular stadium. So you can still very much do it. For those that remember the MCOY roadshow that they did, this is very much that style of setup. This is basically like kind of D1 hockey, like collegiate level, like circular setups. It fits just over 7,000 people. There's 6,000 seats that are like permanently attached, and obviously you can get more on the floor if you want to. And this is in line with about where you would expect the LTA to be, like excluding the Brazilian part of this, because we would assume that Brazil is going to travel and probably sell out at least the day that their team is going to be playing. We're no longer at the point where we can sell out, MSG anymore. Like 15 to 20,000 seat stadiums are not a thing. Last year, finals was notably at the YouTube Theater out in Los Angeles. That was I believe 6,000 capacity, and we were nowhere close to selling that out. Now, the one thing that they really stupidly did last year was they had finals on a Friday and Saturday. So that Friday day where it was 100 Thieves versus FlyQuest, dude, it was empty in there. There was nobody there. You then go to Saturday and like the finals itself, you got one day in the arena, and that was it, which sucks. Luckily, this year, it is September 27th, September 28th, which I think is the latest finals that we've ever had here in North America. We don't know the exact dates of Worlds yet, so I don't know how close we're going to be cutting it to Worlds, but obviously, like, the 3 teams that will be at that event will also know that they're going to Worlds, so they can play finals and then just immediately go and start prepping for Worlds. So, like, teams that are going to be going, better pace yourselves. It's going to be a long, like, 2 or 3 months once July through realistically, like October, November hits. But back to the capacity, yeah, 6,000 really ain't that bad. I mean, we should be able to sell it out. Like, my guess is that Los Angeles was the big problem the last time. Like, all of our events have been in LA, so it makes sense. Like, if we're going elsewhere, we should be able to sell it out and have no problem with it. But if only we had some sort of event to compare this to within esports that was also in Texas. Sir, we do. Play the clip.
New York are down! Optic Gaming are the champions of the world!
Wow!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow!
Oh my god.
Oh, he's so sorry. Hey, what are you calling? He said, wow! You get that hit. It just takes a moment.
Yeah, that's right. We are playing LTA finals in the exact same location that Optic held the Call of Duty Championships from last year, an event which, in my opinion, is one of the peak crowds that has ever existed in all of esports. Not only because it was basically a home event for Optic Gaming that they ended up winning on top of that, but the crowd all weekend, even when they weren't playing, was nuts. Now, granted, Call of Duty drama is different than League of Legends drama by a wide margin. I have a full video on it that you can go check out, but we're talking like beef between players' girlfriends, which was being highlighted on stream as they're getting into it, players standing up, flicking each other off. So while I understand that this is not a one-to-one comparison, we are talking entirely different games with entirely different crowds. This is the standard that I'm holding us to for North American fans. I'm making this video solely to remind people that you need to match this standard if you're going to the event. I don't think I'm going personally unless like a team invites me out to do content or Ryan invite, like unless somebody brings me out, I'm not paying to go whenever I can host an event here in New York City and do a lot of positive things for the community here, even though I would obviously love to go to finals and do like meet and greets and like talk to everybody there, because finals whenever we had it in New Jersey was absolutely incredible. So Rioter teams, hit me up if you want to make that happen. But otherwise, you guys need to be loud. Anybody that goes, like, this one better be sold out on both days, not just the day that Brazil is playing, but probably the finals. If it's going to be FlyQuest or C9 or FlyQuest TL, whoever the hell it's going to be, maybe 100 Thieves will bounce back by that point. I don't know. We're still a long ways away. But people need to be loud. Like, if you want to prove to me that this product isn't dying in North America, we have to make the most of these events, because the reality is viewership whenever Optic got this event, the like qualifying leading up to that, which was purely an online thing for Call of Duty. They didn't even have like a LAN like major that had a crowd with it prior to COD Champs. I know this is like their peak thing, but still they were averaging like 55,000 people watching for an online qualifier. Now that number has since grown and online qualifiers do even better now. And obviously the LAN events for Call of Duty have always had great online viewership. The viewership for COD Champs blows anything the LTA North and LTA combined has done out of the water over the last 3 years. But my point is that 55,000 people watching online during the regular season translated to a sold out stadium all weekend. We're right around those numbers right now for the LTA North. Our peak right now has only hit over 6 figures whenever Cadril co-streamed a single weekend, and that's it. So we are very much like in the same exact status that Call of Duty qualifier to then converting it to COD Champs crowd is. And if we can't sell this out, we've got so many problems that it's doomed at that point. So I just want to like encourage people as much as possible. Go. If you want to support your team, if you want to support LoL esports, if you want to do these things that honestly are like the core pinnacle of what makes LoL esports special. If we want to have more of these events, we do need to sell these out. Now, granted, this is like a Riot produced event rather than a team event, which might be like a different bubble, and that's kind of where things are shifting in the LoL esports ecosystem and culture right now. I get that, but we still have to make these events look good. The same way that we have to do watch parties and things like that to make them look good here in New York and beyond, to try and encourage people to come out to more events, or for Riot to put more resources into things. So Dallas, Texas, the Credit Union of Texas Event Center, 6,000 people in September. That's where we're going for LTA finals. I'm excited that we finally get out of Los Angeles again. Thank God. But I'm also nervous. This event has a lot to prove for us as the community and for North American esports right now. I know Worlds won't have a problem selling out events, but we need to take pride in our domestic league. We need to take pride in our domestic events. And if you can go by all means. If people have the money to go to these events and don't, it's just a sign that people don't care enough. And I don't want us to have that reputation. I don't want us to have that label. I want to prove that we are still a region that can stand on our own, especially when we get out and away from the west freaking coast. I know it's Texas and not the Northeast, but buckle up, cowboy. It's time to prove a goddamn point.